Hey, what's up YouTube? Nine Toes here, and welcome back to yet another one of my Tekkit videos. The purpose of these videos that I have been doing is because I absolutely have been enjoying the mod pack that is obviously known as Tekkit. And quite frankly, if you're searching for this video, I'm assuming you're going to as well too, or you have, or you're just searching for information. I'm doing a follow-up video, if you will, from my last one where I completely introduced it, to noobs as a noob myself. So I'm really, really new to the game. This is going to make actually technically my very first live commentary as I'm commentating as I'm playing live in front of you. A couple of housekeeping things I wanted to mention first and foremost. I'm aware that my channel has an extensive amount of videos pertaining to Battlefield video game series, and that's not going to stop. I am going to obviously continue to do Battlefield games, but it is a gaming channel. It is my personal channel as well too. So I'm going to upload what I like. And I'm hoping that a good majority of you, of course, do as well too. Since, well, I mean, I have your sub. If I don't as of yet, you're obviously welcome to. I never ask by the way, I never ask for likes and what have you. If you like what you hear, great, you're going to do what you do. If you don't, you're going to do what you do. So, anyways, I just wanted to kind of get that out because I know that quite a few of my subscribers have subscribed to me because of Battlefield. They see one Minecraft video and they flipped out. So I wanted to first and foremost address that right out of the box. And you'll know that if you've been following for any length of time in any one of my commentaries, I try hardly ever to stray away from any points. I'm very direct, if you will. So anyways, let's get back into this video because I know this is going to run a little longer than the 10, maybe even possibly 15 minutes as I'm live recording this. And I'm saying this up front because I've always made it kind of a benchmark to never make a video more than 10 minutes, again, because of basically attention. And again, it's hard to do this, with Minecraft and or Tekkit because there's so much information to basically pack into a video. But I wanted to, once again, if I don't sound like a broken record, very, very new to Tekkit. I kind of gave up on vanilla Minecraft because it got boring. There's only so much you can do. After a while, I'm aware you can go to the Nether and you can obviously, kill and slay the final dragon and what have you. But in between time, it just, what else really do? You build a nice house and that's really about it. Tekkit adding a whole bunch of mods. Case in point, for example, you'll notice that I'm in survival mode, but you can't fly like this in survival mode, now can you? And this is thanks to the Swiftwolf's Rending Gale. Try saying that fast 3 times. Having windmills and having solar panels, and things like this. Again, you're not going to find these in vanilla Minecraft. So here's like I said, a quick look at my home. I chose it because I'm kind of on top of some hills, and I thought it'd basically be cool to have a little base up this way. And I want to say that basically my phase 1 of this is complete. As I try to go down, there we go. What I mean by that, in other words, is I think I pretty much hit capacity with this place before I now start to really expand and look for maybe possibly even a second place. But let's take a quicker, closer look inside. And you'll notice that first and foremost, the material that you see here is basalt brick, as a matter of fact. It is blast resistant. I was going to say proof, but it's not true. Only dark matter blocks and obsidian are blast proof. These are just way prettier than dark matter blocks or obsidian, so that's why I chose to go with it. And the granite, or marble, I absolutely love the way that it looks, especially here on the original texture pack. I'm not really too interested. So you look around, most other YouTubers that of course are uploading Tekkit videos, these seem to be all using the same texture pack. I am not really a big fan of them. I think that it looks cool, but I don't know, I like the kind of the original texture pack myself. That's just me. And second of all, they have way nicer looking homes. Again, like I said, this was basically all dirt and stone when I first kind of moved in, and I've kind of come to this point into the game. I'm gonna be again very upfront and blunt with you guys. I did cheat a little bit in the beginning of the game, and mostly really for resources more than anything. Just a couple of things. Case in point, for example, the quantum suit that I'm wearing. You can't get this without really mining for some very high-end, hard to find stuff. So I kind of gifted myself, that, and I think some diamond armor as well too. I'm sorry, diamonds, just to kind of get going and started and what have you. And that was kind of the how I kind of again got started. So if you yourself have the capability in a server, if you run your own server, whatever the case may be, God bless you, go for it. I mean, why not? But anyways, let's get back into it. I want to kind of show the reasons why I said even in my last video why I like Tekkit versus vanilla Minecraft. So let's go into my hotbar here. You'll see I have one torch in my hotbar, but I've got an inventory yet another separate stack of torches. So what I like, for example, you're not going to find in vanilla Minecraft is if I run out of that one item but I have more in inventory, it'll automatically replenish it. Here's an example: is that if I put this one torch down, the balance of that 52 are going to automatically just come it right into my hands, if you will. So there it is, and boom, you'll see that I obviously have that same 52. That's again kind of one great example. Another example is the upgrades in even the crafting tables. In other words, here's of course the vanilla crafting table that we all know. So if I was to come in and let's say, I don't know, let's just make a I don't know, whoops, come on, a little laggy and buggy here, isn't it? If I was to try to make, let's say let's make a furnace. What the heck? Okay, so if I come in and make a furnace as an example, and grab these bad guys, if I was to back out, it immediately dumps out the remaining blocks. Well, as basically is kind of silly in his like, well, yeah, whatever that may be. Let me just go into this drawer here real quick and get a stack. If I was to use for example, my project table, I wouldn't. Where's my stack? There you are. I wouldn't have that same exact issue where if I was to, let's say for example, put the rest of the stack there and grab my one furnace as an example, back out, they didn't drop. Matter of fact, they stayed right where I left them. Another thing I can do is if I wanted to make even more furnaces and just keep, for example, the same material here into this taskbar, if you will, as long as I have them here, I can continue making them. So boom, boom. I mean, again, another just kind of a cool, neat little feature. This Mark III bench here basically can give me the capability of taking a look at what I can create. For example, I can make a, red matter block, out of the materials that I have in inventory, or I can make a cobblestone slab. Yay! So again, just real cool to if just to make certain, maybe if I've got all the right ingredients to make anything, that's a great tool and resource to obviously use, because Tekkit has a whole bunch of new machines and new things that you can do, which again really it excites me more than vanilla, because there's just a lot more things to do. So organize my chests a little bit better than I did when I first started out. These chests are much larger than the wooden ones, than even the double stack side-by-side chests as an example. The crystal chest is probably the largest, if not one of the largest, with inventory, and this represents actually my last expedition when I went and used a quarry. So just dump everything in there, and what I'm going to do is basically sort everything out by hand before I invest maybe in a sorter some other time or place. So again, this is some of the things that I kind of started off with after a couple of days. And as I mentioned before, I kind of cheated a little bit in the beginning, but 80% of the game, maybe even 85% of the game was done legit. So again, maybe with that little bump in the beginning, it would help. That was really about it. But in my, I guess you can say, my crafting room, I decided basically I wanted to do something with powered machines and kind of have everything kind of close at hand, so that when I do need to put things together, I had everything kind of if you will, at my fingertips. So 3 of these project tables here, I think I was working on making more of these bad boys, these power supplies, the MFSUs, for basically upgrading my energy storage. And actually something external. So that was kind of the idea for it. But yeah, even the good old furnace that we all know and love, for example, like this guy, this is now an electric furnace. So I have it plugged into that guy, so that again, I don't have to use coal. Here's a double induction furnace, so that again, I can just put in 2 stacks of something and basically double out my output. Another example is the extractor, which is very handy. For example, when you find rubber trees and you get sticky resin, out of them, you can extract them and make rubber. So just again, something to think about later on as you obviously grow the game and grow within the game, and obviously want to, um, again, make even crazier machines, which I'm about to show you actually in a few moments. Because what I figured out so far in the world of Tekkit is that a lot of it has to do with the equivalent exchange. In other words, when you're basically exchanging items that have what is known as an EMC value, and basically turning those things into, items that you need to, create this or that or whatever the case may be. So this was the biggest investment that I had. And again, I got actually, because this is a private server, by a good friend Dizzy Aaron. It's his server. He gifted me one of these in the very beginning, and this is what is known as an energy condenser. So, case in point, I don't need to go chopping down wood anymore, because now all I have to do is just basically put in junk that I know I just don't want or need anymore. As an example, let me use the furnaces as a matter of fact, since they have an EMC value. So in other words, these have a value that can be used and converted for anything. So I'm going to put this here, but I want more wood, so I'm going to drop this in here, and booyah, I'm getting obviously tons of wood. It's converting all this quote unquote junk into something that I do need. So put you over here, and anyways, you guys get the point. So again, just invaluable. I have a second one here with some higher value things. I know what you're thinking. Whoa, diamonds are actually considered junk? Well, yeah, because in this case, each one is worth almost 8,200 EMC. So if I need something, for example, like dark matter or red matter, I need something that's again, that I can kind of obviously convert with higher EMC. The transmutation table is a godsend, because I can of course make or trade items depending on, of course, the EMC value. So in other words, red matter, which has a very high EMC value, versus, let's say, wooden planks that's low, I can trade in, for example, what can I get with 8 EMC? Apparently nothing. But let me put in some cobblestone instead. Cobblestone has 1. What the heck? This thing is not working. Is it because I have too much of it? Okay, well, I guess this is kind of a bad example, but whoops. If I was to, hang on, give me 1. So if I put in 1, for example, red matter, these are the items basically I could trade, okay, with the EMC value, again, for any of these items, should I want or need them. So I'll just back out. I don't know what. Then again, this transmutation table, sometimes it works for me, sometimes it doesn't. I know it's a little buggy. As a matter of fact, that's how I was able to get the client stars, was by kind of exploiting a little glitch. Don't hate, but yeah, I I took advantage of a little glitch so that I can get a couple of those. But I'll show you my. That's weird. Take a look at that. I'll show you a room that I had recently made with power flowers. That I created in here. And what these essentially are energy condensers in the center with relays and collectors surrounding them with glowstone on top. What they basically do, these collectors collect light, and of course glowstone emits a lot of it, so it converts the light into a power, or giving it an EMC value to these relays that go right into this energy condenser. And in this case, for example, we are condensing diamonds. So as you can see, stacks of diamonds are basically being made by me not doing anything, just kind of sitting here and babysitting, if you will. That right there, as a matter of fact, this is the first phase 1. This is the one you're going to obviously I highly recommend doing as quickly as you possibly can, to do the exact same thing, to get items with EMC. And obviously trade them for other things that you may need. So that is what is known as a Mark 1 configuration. This is a step up. This is a Mark 2 configuration. Basically, it can more than double the output of power. And this bad guy here, as a matter of fact, I have it doing blocks of diamonds. So it's doing its job and doing what it does. But they also serve, as an example, for charging client stars. So here I am, charging a couple of them. As a matter of fact, here's a pair of them in there. And then the last one, or technically my first one as I walk in, is the Mark III. So this is the highest you can go. This has got the highest output, etc., etc. And this guy's making me some dark matter, stacks of dark matter, which is high in EMC, but not obviously quite as high as of course, red matter. But again, when you've got client star omegas and you've been charging these things, these are, again, you gotta definitely invest in at least one, to be quite frank, because you can dig and dig and dig and dig and just hope and pray that you're going to get some high EMC value, valuable things. But again, these definitely are of a help. Now, a recent discovery in a separate room that I created over here. A lot of you guys, especially if you've been around Tekkit, have seen these before. Not certain if anyone is, if many of you guys have even seen these before, but this is kind of the method for the madness. What this room has basically, what I've done with this room rather, is I am creating an insane amount of EMC with just regular sugarcane. So I've got sugarcane obviously on the bottom, right? Surrounded by an energy condenser. On top of that energy condenser, I have a black hole band, and you'll obviously see that it's moving around and kind of doing its thing. Well, that's because of this guy, and this is I'll introduce you, the Harvest Goddess Band. I always forget the name. And basically, its job is to grow within a proximity anything that obviously can be grown to its maximum and cut it down and continue to regenerate. So that's why you see these things kind of bouncing around. Now, as they're broken up and bouncing around, that black hole band is all sucking it down and putting it into this energy condenser, which, as I just showed you before, can just converts obviously things into whatever you need. Well, in this case, I'm sorry, this is just an alchemical chest. My mistake, I take that back. But in this alchemical chest, I have a gem of eternal density. A lot of grammar mistakes here. And what this is simply doing is taking kind of the lowest of the low, the sugarcane, converting it obviously the next higher up with EMC until it basically finishes with red matter. That's how I'm getting stacks and stacks and stacks of red matter. I'm getting basically about one new red matter every minute, give or take. And I've been, as you can see, have some obviously in my inventory. I've been borrowing against it to make bigger, crazier things. So, and I have two that are, again, kind of doing their thing and making me tons and tons of EMC. So I'm basically, as you can see in this room alone, I'm becoming a little mini millionaire. But if you need even more reasons on why to play Tekkit or Technic versus vanilla Minecraft, as an example, as I've already showed you with the project tables, the alchemical chests, which again I have two, they're I think the third largest chest in the game. Here is an example I have in the chest where I had the gem by the bottom. I have here the talisman repair. I also set aside a wooden shovel that, as you can tell, it's almost broken and busted. So if I was to shove this guy in here, and again, it's just, storage like anything else, right? But tools can be placed in here with a talisman of repair and will automatically repair whatever I have in here after a second. So as you can see, it's the EMC value is going up. You can even tell by the color, it's obviously also getting fixed. So we'll check up on you in just a second. But again, I'm aware not everyone can, of course, start off with, a Swift Wolf's Rending Gale and things like this. I get that. But like I said, when you're first starting out, and you start mining as quickly as you possibly can and start getting, your hands on as much stuff as you possibly can. And like I said, for example, here is an example of my last mining experience or excursion, except for I made this obviously, and of course the bottom row is I think things I just either used or borrowed against, but from basically here on up is everything that I've grabbed from. So I probably bumped into a stronghold and got some saddles, so I think I tossed in some of my melon in here as well too. But at any rate, the point being is that of course you got a ton of cobblestone, but you're gonna get iron, you're gonna get emeralds and sapphires and rubies and whatever else is gonna be obviously in its way, copper ore that I'm going to now smelt and basically make into something else. And you continue to obviously do this. I mean, I'm running quarries, but again, doing it by hand was of course fun as well too. Let's check up on my shovel, and shovel is as good as new. So again, kind of a couple different reasons on why I am enthused and am a fan of Tekkit and a convert, if you will, of Tekkit versus vanilla Minecraft. So, again, if you've been thinking about it, you don't know, enough about it, your friends have been talking about it, whatever the case may be, or your reasonings or what have you. Once again, I'm hoping that, kind of with my experience, realistically as a noob, I mean, I literally have, I think, all of maybe 10 days as I'm producing this video of experience with Tekkit. So it is renewed, if you will, my interest in the Minecraft series. And if you missed my last video, of course, I'll leave a link at the very end of this one. But once again, I think it's absolutely phenomenal. It's made the game really really fun with all the possibilities that you guys can do with this, or that anyone can do. So, anyways, guys, with that said, I don't really necessarily intend on making a series. I just wanted to, anytime I have something that I want to share, I'm sure you guys know that I always try to basically make a video and present it to you guys. But if you guys want to see anything in particular on how I made, maybe for example, that crazy sugarcane machine as an example, or what have you. Again, I take no responsibility. I found it, as a matter of fact, information here also on YouTube. So it's not like I created it. I will definitely put that out there first. But if there's anything that, of course, you guys want to see in specific, or anything more, please definitely let me know. Leave me a comment down below. Yeah, absolutely hate the video or what have you. Hey, you're obviously entitled to say so and let me know. Otherwise, take care, guys. Happy mining.